Hello, listeners. This is H with Into Tomorrow, wishing you happy holidays. And, get somebody an Ultrabook. They'll like you for it.
Yeah, well, that's one of many gift suggestions by all means. And our own H, or Horatio, delivers the message that all of us are sending to you this time of year. Very happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hopefully you get all the tech gifts that you're looking for. And don't forget to buy them for yourself as well as for gifts. That's how that works. I'm Dave Graveline. Welcome back into Tomorrow. Not only this time of year, perhaps especially this time of year, but all the time, helping you drive safely. Our next guest is the founder and CEO of messageLOUD, Garin Toren. Garin, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you?
Thanks, Dave. Great to be here. I'm well, thank you.
Glad to have you with us as well. We can never say enough about no texting and driving and things of that sort, and drive safely. And you've got maybe a 4,000-pound weapon that you're sitting behind the wheel of, and when you're not paying attention, you can be hurt badly or someone else. So, among other things, it appears that you guys have come out with a way to help us drive even more safely. And how is that?
Well, Dave, distracted driving, it's a massive problem in the United States. 1 out of 4 car accidents are caused by it, and the most prolific parts of distracted driving fall into the texting and email category. People are picking up their phones, they're reading emails, they're reading text messages, and most disturbingly, they're actually sending them as well. So we thought to ourselves, the number one prize is if we could get everybody to put their phones down and not touch them, that would be ideal. But the reality of the matter is that these statistics are getting worse and worse each year, which means that the don't text and drive initiatives, don't email and drive, put your phone down, these initiatives are just not working. So we thought to ourselves, could we come up with a way where we could let drivers hear their messages out loud and not have to look at their devices, very similar to taking a phone call in the car or just simply listening to the radio?
So, of course, the idea there being able to still be informed, because that's the excuse we all give, is I don't want to miss something important. And others that, of course, say, yeah, but what works for me is when I'm driving, I have an app that automatically just says, I'm driving. I'll talk to you later. Well, but that doesn't work for everyone all the time. It should, granted, no doubt, no question, but it doesn't work for everybody. So now you've got this solution that will read them out to us. So is it simply a matter of like using the speakerphone on our phone, or is it through our radio? How does that work?
So you can listen to it through the speakerphone on your car. A lot of people these days have their car's Bluetooth system connected to their phones, which makes speaking on the phone much easier as well.
Sure.
So either way your particular car works, you get in the car, you fire up the messageLOUD app, you put it into drive mode, and then any text messages and emails that come in while you're driving will be read aloud automatically. You don't need to touch your phone. You don't need to look at your phone. You as the driver do not need to do anything else except focus on driving.
Or maybe if you have others in the car and somebody's sending you an email you don't want them to hear, then you might want to focus on turning it off. But how easy is it to do that?
Yeah, so we examined the best practices around car safety very carefully. One of the best practices is that listening is okay. So listening to the radio, listening to a talk show, listening to your wife speaking, that's okay. Touching your car is okay as well. Think about navigation, think about radio, think about indicator lights. Pretty much every function in your car is either listen or touch. So we designed messageLOUD to fit in with the best practices that are accepted today. We're not trying to push any boundaries or challenge any initiatives. Our goal was to satisfy what is currently legal and accepted. So we've turned, when you're in drive mode, we've turned the entire screen of the phone into basically a blank screen with a picture of a steering wheel in the middle of it. And then there are some very simple gestures. So, for example, if you just swipe your finger down the phone, that will delete the message. You double tap the screen, that will dismiss it, in other words, mark it as read. And if you swipe up the screen, that will call the sender back. And you can do all of those gestures without looking at your phone at all.
Okay, no, that's good because that certainly introduces a massive safety opportunity there for folks to simply, as you mentioned, listen and touch as necessary and not even have to glance down at it, because it sounds like a very simple way, swiping up, down, or double tapping to allow them to keep their eyes on the road as appropriate.
Yes, and if you're alone in the car, well, then you don't have to even do that. I actually find myself using the drive time productively by phoning the occasional sender back and having a good old-fashioned human-to-human conversation that is a little bit lacking today.
You mean use the phone as a phone?
Yeah, so that's exactly it. Funny that.
And that does make sense. Let's face it, I know a lot of people that especially spend a lot of time on the road, truckers especially, I guess other commuters that have long commutes every day do take advantage of that sort of thing and can be a lot more productive. And again, both eyes on the wheel, both eyes on the road, both hands on the wheel, and yet still be able to carry on the conversation, and probably safer than when you're talking to someone in the car next to you because you tend to look at them periodically.
That is great. And in 2016, we're going to be adding some other messaging types which have become just as popular almost as email. Things like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, even Skype Messenger for business people. So you're going to be able to get those messages safely as well.
Excellent. Do you have a particular idea of who this is designed for? Is it basically anybody who's ever driving, or are you going after commuters or truckers or teens or whatever?
So our initial target is to get this out to everybody that commutes to and from work every single day. So maybe the number is 50 million Americans, maybe it's 70 million. It's hard to get the exact statistics of how many Android users are driving to work and back every day. But the average commute time in the United States is anywhere between 35 and 55 minutes. And that's now just dead time. And so many people are distracted, whether they're alone in the car or with families, that we want to get this app into anybody that currently picks up their phone while they're driving.
Okay, gotcha. And a lot of states don't allow you to do that anyway. So you're not only breaking the law, but you're being unsafe. This allows you to keep the phone on the seat or in the cup holder where we typically put it and just deal with things audibly. Is there any price for messageLOUD? Any cost?
So we're giving it away for 30 days free, and then it'll vary between $1.49 and $1.99 a month, depending on how you sign up.
Okay, so there's some different options, and we can check them out, no doubt, at messageLOUD.com. And it's available currently for Android, right? Is it going to be also available for iOS devices?
Yes. So our plan was to do Android first, because that's the vast majority of the global market. And then we're taking all the learnings from the Android experience, and we will be putting them on iPhone in 2016. So hopefully by summertime 2016, there'll be a messageLOUD for iOS as well. And then also a focus going forward after that on wearable devices as well, watches and so on.
Terrific. Okay, well, be safe, get loud in the right way. messageLOUD can help save your life and those of others. Check it out at messageLOUD.com or, of course, in the Google Play Store. Garin, good luck to you, and thanks for spending a few minutes with us. We'll see if we can't follow up and touch base with you again as more and more people are beginning to use messageLOUD.
Thank you, Dave. Greatly appreciate the time.
It's our pleasure. We're back with more as Into Tomorrow continues. IntoTomorrow.com, and we'll get you to Garin's site and all of our guests. And, of course, show notes and lots of cool posts at the brand new IntoTomorrow.com.